is a failure. I know that is not the best way to start off a video, but I thought I'd start from where I believe is square one, where the last few weeks I've just been constantly in this sort of loop of trying to improve myself, but it's not been working out because I constantly keep having this bad mindset that my life is a failure. So I thought I'd start off straight away of where I think I'm at. Now obviously it doesn't mean that my life has gone like to complete downhill and I'm suffering and like I'm not earning enough money and the planes keep flying over. But unlike that perfect sort of morning routine I just showed you at the start, my life is very much seeming like it's going where it wants to go, but definitely not. And I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to finally actually kind of talk about it. I feel like I'm a very transparent person, so I wanted to talk about it and tell you guys how I'm fixing it. I'm not just going to be telling you everything wrong with my life, I'm going to be telling you guys what I'm going to do to combat that. I have been doing a lot of sort of self-reflecting lately, not in the best ways, it's more been crying to Campbell a lot, but I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting and figuring out everything I kind of don't like with my life. And I want to change that. I want to start liking a lot more about my life, you know what I mean? I want to start enjoying the little things that I have, and I want to start experiencing more that life has to offer and all that good stuff. So I think the first step is actually understanding everything that I kind of want to fix and everything in the way of sort of like how to rebrand my life instead of talking about everything that's wrong with it. Thinking in that sort of mindset instead of everything's wrong and I don't really know what to do, more I want to fix and I want to change everything for the better, you know? So I thought this video would be me diagnosing pretty much everything wrong with my life, but in a way that means I'm going to go fix it. I'm also going to be making it into a little YouTube series called Getting My Shit Together. So, you know, like I'm 20, I know I'm still very young, but there's a lot that I wanted to do with my life that I haven't been able to. And there's a lot of things I want to start working towards now so that in 10 years, I'm not trying to reinvent my life and fix my life again because I never did it now. You know what I mean? I had a lot of goals. At the start of the year. I tried to do 75 soft and I stopped after 2 weeks because work got hectic and life got hectic and I wasn't able to keep up with it. I've kind of gotten worse in my whole food thing of trying new foods and getting to experience new foods. That's kind of went backwards as well. So a lot of things have gone backwards. I'm not saying nothing's gone forward. A lot of things have gone forward. You know, I've gotten into a new hobby that I really like. I've moved in with my boyfriend and I'm in this new house. A lot of good things have happened, but you know how you just gotta fix things? Yeah. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. I've gotta fix things. So I made an entire list on my phone of rebranding my life at 20, and I'm going to be telling you guys how I'm going to do it and the sort of things that you guys are going to be coming along with me for the journey for. Also, I will say part of the reason I'm also doing this and I've gotten so much motivation is because I just finished this morning actually. I just finished this book called Just Getting Started by Brittany Saunders, who she opened Fate the Label. She was a YouTuber for years. I think she's just gotten back into YouTube, and she's also like owning a really big company and a really big fashion brand that I personally love. I love her clothes. So I just finished this book. That's a little spoiler for my March reads. Beautiful, glorious, and definitely kind of the motivation I've needed, especially in this time where everything feels like it's going to shit. So highly recommend this book, highly recommend it. It was a very quick, easy read and really needed during a time like right now when I'm trying to rebrand myself and rebrand my life. And it talks a lot of business as well. It tells you kind of how she started up her business, everything that went wrong in her business, everything that went right. She's very honest and it's a very good book. So yeah, thought I'd mention that book early on, especially. First thing I'm going to be doing in rebranding my life is decluttering my space. I'm going to be eventually cleaning out my phone. I feel like there's a lot of, you know, apps that I don't use, a lot of photos or like copies or things I don't need, screenshots, all that sort of stuff. I feel like clearing out your phone gives you like a nice clear mind. Thank you, car. Oh, beautiful, thank you, car. I feel like, yeah, cleaning out your phone is kind of like a good little first step. It does take ages though. I did it like once a couple years ago. It took me like 3 hours. It was bad. Another thing is cleaning out my entire like room space, my desk, my cupboards. I've got to clean out my bathroom cabinets too, like everything there. Even like makeup and things like that, like kind of just slowly cleaning out everything that I've got. And I'm a firm believer of if you have a nice clean space, you are more likely to be a lot more calmer in your space. And as someone who has been very stressed the last couple of weeks, who has definitely had a fair share of meltdowns over being stressed, every time that I've kind of come home after a stressful day into my nice clean space, I've infinitely felt a lot better than if it was messy. Because then when it's messy, all I'm thinking about is that it's messy and I need to get it done, but I'm also stressed out, so kind of how do I get there? You know? Next thing I'm going to be doing for rebranding is going on a health grind. I'm very bad with my health. I'll be very straightforward with that. I don't eat good food very often. The last time I ate a vegetable was probably a week ago, and it was roast potatoes. And I didn't even eat that much because they weren't fully cooked through. That was my bad. That was my bad there. But I am very bad at eating healthy and stuff like that. And my kind of, where I was at with trying new foods is kind of deplenished. When I was doing really well and feeling a lot more confident around new foods, and then it went to shit again. So I'm going to be trying new foods, hopefully, venturing out a little bit more, and also finding out like what kind of nutrients I feel like I'm lacking and try and get supplements for those. Also trying to make obviously healthier meals. I could literally hide vegetables in my own food and I would be fine with that. So I also want to look into doing that. If I don't see it, it's not there. Like, I can trick myself. I can toddlerify myself. I can hide greens in a tomato sauce perfectly fine, because as long as I can't see that it's there, it's not there and I can ignore it. And as long as it doesn't taste any different. So I can toddlerify my own meals. That's fine. So I'm going to try and start doing that. Another thing I'm going to be doing is reinventing my style. I am someone who I fell into the Shein sort of dip for ages. I know. And obviously I want to start not doing that as often. So I want to thrift a lot more clothes, things like that. Like, I thrifted this last year, I think it was. Beautiful find, gorgeous, fit me perfectly, very happy. These shorts, my mum thrifted when she was my age, and now they're mine. So these shorts have been through it, and they are amazing. They're my favorite pair of shorts, and it's things like that. So when I declutter my entire closet, I want to also look for kind of my new style, like a style of clothing that I really want to get into, or multiple styles. I can like multiple styles, and kind of just figure out the way I want to present myself physically, I guess. Like, kind of what do I want to do with my hair more often when it's obviously not in my work hairstyles that I've been doing a lot. What do I want to do? Like, if theoretically, if this channel blew up and people recognize me in the streets, what would I want them to see me wearing? It's things like that to like really think about, honestly. That sort of way to reinvent myself in a way. And also it's low-key fun. It's gonna be fun to go shopping for new clothes. I'm gonna enjoy it a lot. I also just want to understand the vibes. You know, I've been in the city for a bit over 2 years now, which is insane. And so now I just kind of want to really fit into the city vibe of what sort of clothes I want to wear. And again, how to present myself and how I want people around me to see me, and just have a fun style. Enjoy it. Clothes and like fashion and like self-expression is meant to be fun, and I want to show that fun to myself. Another really good thing is obviously becoming very physically healthy. I am not that at all. I'm not flexible. I'm very lazy. Tried to work out again, didn't work out. Again, 75 soft, failed. It's those things like that that also really demotivate you, because it's like, okay, if I can't do it now, when will I ever be able to do it? Will I never be able to be like physically fit if I just keep like sort of lacking in this way? That's what it feels like. So I am going to really try and be a lot more physically fit. I will eventually be joining Campbell at the gym. I want to just strengthen up my knees first because they're very bad. But you know, he's at the gym right now when I'm filming this, you know what I mean? I really want to start joining him to the gym. The best thing ever happened. Campbell got into Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I have Slowpoke right here. I have many cards and many things, and Campbell just got into it literally 2 days ago. And now he was mentioning how we should, because obviously Pokemon Go was a big thing. It was a really big thing, but it still kind of is a thing now. So we want to go on walks and, you know, like go catch Pokemon together, but then go on a walk because it's good for us and it's like physical health and it's vitamin D. I don't like going outside usually, which is bad, I know. It's one of my other things that I need to get better at. So it's like, if we have a reason to go outside, if we have a reason to walk around, obviously also spending time together, that's a big thing. I feel like, you know, when you live together, you still kind of want quality time together that's not just kind of in your room together. So it's things like that. And so I want to grow that sort of like physical health, I guess. I also want to try and do, you know, stretches every morning. I did that for a little bit and it was actually really good. I feel like it opened me up a lot in the mornings. It made me feel like I'd done something already at the start of the day, so it kind of made me feel more productive and things like that. So off the bat, I felt good, and I want to try and get back into that and really focus in on that. We've got the eating food health, we've got the physical health. Now we've got the mental health. I feel like mental health is obviously a very key part in life, and mine has not been the best the last couple of weeks. I'll be so honest, mine has not been the best, especially because, you know, I started off this video literally saying I feel like a failure, I am a failure. That's been my mindset, and shockingly, that's not good. You should not be doing that. You should never be thinking that about yourself, and the fact that I was proves that, you know, my mental health's kind of been out the door for a bit. So I want to fix that. Something I liked doing when I was doing 75 soft for those like couple weeks was something I really enjoyed, journaling every single night. I want to get back into journaling, even if it's not that often. It doesn't have to be every night, but I noticed, especially when I was very stressed out, it kind of just let me like kind of poop out words out of my mouth, you know, shit out words. Every single brain thought that I had, I put on that paper, and it was out of my brain, out of my mindset. And I want to get back into that because that was actually really, really good for me. That made me feel a lot more, I guess, calmer about a lot of situations, a lot of things I was dealing with at the time. And so I want to get back into that. Another thing I also really want to look into is, I don't know what it's going to be like, is meditation. I don't know how I'd feel about meditation. I'm not a very calm person. We're like sitting back for this one. I'm not a very calm person, obviously. I'm a very big, bold person, so I don't know. But the people say it's good. The people that, you know, I watch and I look at and that I've been kind of following along, I've been trying to get into a lot of watching people do morning routines, watching people kind of talk about how they're reinventing their lives. And a lot of people say meditation is good. So maybe it's worth trying. I feel like anything's worth trying. Anything like that, especially when you can do like a 5-minute guided meditation in the morning, anything's worth trying. So I'm gonna look into meditation, which is definitely interesting. Definitely something that I never thought I'd fully get into, but you know what, if it helps, it helps. I will do anything because I can't afford therapy. So if I can't afford therapy, maybe meditation will be close enough. A big thing that I really want to focus on when I do this rebrand, this is probably one of the things that I care about most, is growing myself as a business. I've been doing content creation and things like that for like over 4 years. I started when I was 16, technically 15, but pretty much 16, and now I'm 20, and I want to know the direction that I'm going in, and I want to feel like I know exactly what's happening and things like that. And I want to focus on what I'm putting online a lot more. Obviously this sort of stuff, making a series that's kind of showing my journey, hopefully motivating other people. If I can do it at 20, you can do it at whatever age you want. Kind of focusing on what I want people to see. Do I want people to see the bad sides of things? Because sometimes things aren't the best as what they will seem, yes. I want people to get motivated by my videos and to finally feel like that they can make a start, 100%. It's things like that where I really just want to focus on growing myself as a business and a person, figuring out, you know, obviously the algorithm, what works, what doesn't, how to make these videos better for people, how to involve people more in my videos, things like that. I really want to grow myself as a business. And it's a very scary thing to really try and like focus in on it a lot, especially the technical side, because I've kind of avoided that every now and again. But I feel like it's important for growth, and it's important to kind of be able to keep doing this. And obviously I want to keep growing. Part of me is obviously here to just see kind of how I do this, and then this is like a form of expression. You know what I mean? This is a form of creative expression, and so I'm choosing to kind of grow with this to try and to see how it goes. I'm just a girl on the internet. I'm that camera bitch. I'm everyone's favorite camera bitch. That's what I'm just here for the vibes. Another thing I would love to do, is side questing for the money. Now, I'm obviously very chill with money. I've got a casual job that's paying me pretty good and giving me really good shifts. I've got good pocket this week. I'm very happy about that. And I get like a little bit of money on the side from Twitch, but I want to grow myself as a business in the side quests for money way. Just so, you know, be able to like upgrade things for the channel, be able to spend money into a couple more videos, maybe have a little bit of extra money on the side to, you know, afford some of my hobbies that I love, like Pokemon and things like that. So I'm going to be looking into, you know, some photography stuff. I've got my camera. I want to eventually save up for a bigger camera and a more fancy camera, things like that. I'm also obviously looking into Depop. When I declutter my clothes, see what I can sell, see what I can't sell, things like that. Anything that I can probably sell for a couple extra bucks, put it on Depop. I also want to look into Fiverr. There's a lot of things that I could easily do for that like Fiverr kind of has as a business, and I'm going to be looking into So like there's a bunch of stuff, you know, on Fiverr that I could easily put myself onto and then that sort of stuff and then make a little side money. Also, I might also be selling some of my like Pokemon cards that I don't need to collect and things like that. A little bit of extra cash in your pocket after you spend so much on the hobby. Doesn't hurt no one. Doesn't hurt no one. Second last thing is the second last thing, because I do have a list. I never actually counted it, but it's the second last thing, is I want to look into my craft more, which is like my acting stuff and my business stuff that isn't like, I guess, social media specific. What is it? I want to like start actually finally booking acting auditions and stuff like that. I did one last week, didn't get it, which is fine. You have to take all your no's to get some yeses, but it's like things like that. I want to book more acting auditions and kind of focus in on that. I also want to continue writing my poetry book. I low-key slacked. I've been slacking in my poetry book game. I was so determined to get it done like very quickly into the year, especially because I was like, no, I've got time now, like let's get it done. I haven't even finished part 1 out of 3. You know, I want to like look into that because I neglected my book for like a hot sec. And I've got other book ideas that I want to start writing about. So I want to kind of hone in on all the crafts that aren't just content creation pretty much. Because that is obviously me as a business, but it's me as a different business. I want to read little acting books. This is actually one that's on my TBR right now, which is the Inspiring Actors Handbook. And I want to start reading things like that, which this could be such an easy read. This is literally like under 200 pages. This is such an easy, quick read, things like that. And I want to just benefit from growth a lot more. And that's what I aim to do. The final thing that I'm telling myself, this is less a part of reinventing myself and more something that I just need to tell myself over and over and over again, because I don't remind myself of this ever, is I need to remind myself it's okay not to be the best. Because I constantly like am in a like way where I constantly feel like I need to be one of the best people at everything, because otherwise I'm bad at it, I'm shit at it, everything's going out the door. That's kind of in my mindset, which is not the best mindset to have, obviously. So I need to constantly remind myself it's okay to not be as good as I want to be yet. And if I'm never that good at it, there'll be something I'm good at, because I kind of realized this morning that I feel like I'm not good at anything, which is not a good mindset to have, but it's something that obviously I've been thinking about a lot. So I just need to keep reminding myself that it's okay to not be good at anything, because eventually I'll be good at something. I gotta hope, at least. Maybe that's part of what this series is going to be about, me kind of learning to be good at something, you know what I mean? And then, yeah, and then I thought to end the video, I'll give you guys a little tip. If you guys want to reinvent your own life, obviously you can take ideas from my sort of stuff, but what I did is Google, research, and then go for it. Google it, research it, go for it. Those 3 things, amazing, beautiful. I learned from obviously this beautiful book that literally all you have to do is Google things. Like Google it, everything's on Google. Don't chat GPT it. AI is bad, don't do that, but Google it, because everything's on Google. Everything that ChatGPT takes is actually from Google, so just Google it. Just Google it. You just gotta go onto a couple websites, doesn't hurt no one. And the next video that you guys will be seeing is me doing something to get my shit together and me doing something to slowly take steps into this new life and this life that hopefully, praying that I will be doing a lot better at than what I am currently doing. And then hopefully ending up doing something that I am proud of in the end of it. Yeah, if you guys like this sort of content, if you guys want to kind of, oh, that was a big slap. If you guys like this sort of content, if you guys kind of want to see me do this sort of progress with my life and see kind of what happens, maybe consider a little like, a little subscribe, never hurt no one, you know what I mean? So consider doing that. And yeah, I'm gonna go figure out what to do with my life now, because I just told you guys all the plans, now I've got to figure out how to put it into action. So I'll see you guys all next video where I'm putting some of it into action. Yeah, see you guys all then.